Alright, everybody, it's time. We are watching Friday Night SmackDown, and we are here tonight in for a good time, that's for certain. The show's about to begin. AEW Collision versus SmackDown. It takes place tonight. Both the shows, they go head to head. I think we're going to have a great time watching them. But yeah, the shows are about to begin. We are watching currently SmackDown. So we've got, by the way, good to see everybody. I can see Ricky's in the house right now. I can see we got True in here. Good to see everybody. Rory's here. Sergeet, Victor, everybody. Good to see you. True says SmackDown and Raw have been very weak for the last month or so. I'm looking forward to Full Gear. Me too, brother. Me too. We've been hearing chirps. We've been hearing a lot of stuff when it comes to Full Gear, especially. Lots of rumors. So Tony Khan has really got everybody talking about Full Gear because of this particular signing. He says this name is very respected in the industry. This name is somebody that everybody loves, and this name is now coming to AEW. He's called it one of the most important signings in the company's history, and you know, people right off the bat were talking about Mercedes Moné, that maybe Moné is all elite, but apparently it's not Moné, or at least not yet. It's Moné, and of course a few names were thrown here and there. Turns out to be not the case, but very interestingly, we have just learned that Ronda Rousey is actually backstage tonight at AEW Collision. Ronda Rousey, who is not serving any non-compete clause, who is free from all of that stuff, is free to sign and go wherever she'd like. You know, she was just at Wrestling Revolver like yesterday, so definitely she could be the one joining AEW. But let's see what happens. You know, much respected name in combat sports, but in wrestling, I'm not too sure about that. But anyways, Tony Khan has once again got people talking when it comes to his latest signing. It's good to see everybody. Ricky says tomorrow night is Full Gear. That's right, brother. Tomorrow night, indeed, Full Gear. Indeed, got to be a good night. And Damage Control making their way out. Now, interestingly, for some reason, Disney Plus is no longer carrying AEW over here, or at least their streaming service is no longer carrying AEW over here. So I can't, unfortunately, I'm not able to watch Collision tonight because Discovery Plus, for some reason, has dropped AEW from their live streaming, library. Very interestingly, I just found out now that they are no longer carrying it. So that's an interesting case. But here we are. Damage Control seems to be getting bigger and bigger. We got Asuka already on board. And who else do we have on commentary tonight on SmackDown? Hall of Famer Road Dogg has actually joined Kevin Patrick, this nerd, and Michael Cole on commentary, which is interesting. Andy, good to see you. Tony, great to see you. Hope everybody's doing well. That's right. Mustafa, welcome. Great to see everybody. Andy, I hope you're feeling better. It is lovely to see you. And we got, I'm shocked at Bailey Appreciation. So I know, Tony, we really have a Bailey Appreciation Society in here now. Do we not? Look at these people. Look at them. Asuka looks happier than ever being a part of the Bailey Appreciation Society. Does she not? Tony says Bailey is regular Chris Jericho. It looks like it, brother. Well, let's see what they want to say. Bailey says she just wants to have some good time with the fans. All right. It's something about Kairi Sane, right? I mean, she went back to Japan, she came back, and she looked so good. Like, this is Kairi Sane 2.0. Much better than what we've seen previously from Kairi Sane. She is in a better shape, a better form, presentation-wise, definitely went up a notch. Really, Kairi Sane looks incredible now. And we've got Andy. Andy says last Friday's show was really good. Yep, that's sweet, brother. Someone keep us updated for Collision. It looks like Ricky is not watching Collision either. Let us know who over here is watching AEW, who's watching Collision, because I'm watching SmackDown, because, as I said, Disney Plus is no longer carrying AEW, at least for the live streaming collection, so hence the reason why I can't watch Collision, but we're here watching SmackDown tonight. That's funny. Whoa. Wait, are they turning against Jericho? I mean, Bailey? Sure does look like it. Gary, good to see you. Welcome, Gary. Hope you're doing well. That's interesting. So I'm not I never knew that Dakota Kai actually spoke Japanese, but she apparently understands Japanese at least, right? And then you've got, of course, Io, you've got Asuka, you've got, of course, Kairi. They all speak Japanese, so Bailey is feeling a little left out now, is she not? As a leader, definitely feels left out. And she's now presenting Asuka with a Damage Control t-shirt, which she happily grabs. And, wow. Dakota Kai. Speaking of war, you've got a tank coming out right here. Shotzi Blackheart seems like she's back on SmackDown. Okay, that's good to see. All right, Shotzi Blackheart of the top turnbuckle, taking out Kairi Sane as well as Io at the same time. Now going after Asuka, saying her face first into the turnbuckle. Now taking out Io Sky. I mean, Shotzi taking down everybody right here, and she is joined by Charlotte Flair. You got Bianca Belair in here too. That's sweet. She's got some backup as well. Shotzi Blackheart along with Charlotte, along with Bianca. Not a bad idea, is it? And now Charlotte Flair going after Bailey. Elbow strike. Bailey goes down. It's very interesting. And now we've got, of course, a double team up on Charlotte Flair, taking her out, followed by Shotzi Blackheart. Thanks for coming. It's the numbers games right now. Yep. You've got, 5-on-3? And the numbers dominate. Even though these three came in looking for war, it was a numbers game that worked out against them. And you've got the Damage Control over here. I'm not sure if they're actually much of a group or not, but so far, it seems like they're so strong together. Let's see what else do we have here. True says, I'll be watching Collision when I get home. That's sweet, True. Let me know how the show went. And the Shotzi needs to... You're right about that. The Shotzi definitely... there's something. I mean, I'm not sure. Who's thinner right now? Is it Shotzi or is it... Kairi Sane, because Kairi Sane also looks pretty thin, but for some reason Shotzi I think looks thinner, right? Definitely. Dakota Kai can speak multi-language. That's awesome, Andy. That's a great skill to have. And triple threat match for an undisputed tag team championship opportunity taking place tonight. We got Pretty Deadly against Street Profits against the Brawling Brutes, which will take place later on tonight. And actually, that is going to take place right after the commercial break. We've got Street Profits making their entrance before we go to a commercial, so that's good. Let's see. Ricky says Christian is talking trash. Darby Daddy. Thanks for that, Ricky. Ricky keeping us updated with what's going on Collision. So Christian Cage right now talking trash with Darby Allin, it seems. That's sweet. But does anybody over here see Ronda Rousey actually appearing tonight on Collision? I don't see it happening, but let me know if you do. So we have come to know from the dirt sheets that Ronda Rousey is backstage at Collision tonight. Do you guys see her appearing tonight, or do you think she's got to be kept a surprise for tomorrow? Full gear, that is. Let me know what you guys think. Of course, now another reason why Ronda Rousey could be backstage is that she was just at Pro Wrestling Revolver yesterday, which also took place in Los Angeles, and tonight you've got Collision, which is taking place at the Kia Center, also, which takes place, which is located in Los Angeles area. So it makes sense. She was already in the area. AEW is coming to town. Ronda Rousey having worked a show that was a PW Revolver show with a bunch of AEW stars. It makes sense that she's at an AEW show tonight. She probably was invited to be there. So I feel like this does not really confirm a signing yet. It could be a signing that is inevitable, but it doesn't confirm that Ronda Rousey is got to be that mystery signing that's got to be taking place tomorrow night at Full Gear, is what I feel. But let me know what you guys think. Let's see what comments do we have here. We got Victor saying hello, everybody. Hello, Victor. Good to see you. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. And we got Ricky saying Christian told Adam his break is net tomorrow night. Wow. So Christian Cage. Doesn't look like he's got some good intentions, right? Sergi, good to see you. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. We need Jade Cargill on SmackDown, says Tony. That's right. I mean, it seems like Jade Cargill still hasn't made up her mind on where she wants to go, really. You know, she recently put out a tweet saying that, she's already getting her check cleared every single week. So she has no worries of signing with the brand. Why wrestle when you already are getting so much money from the brand? So she is in no hurry to pick a brand. She's in no hurry to get into the ring. And she has proven that. She's proven that. It's been months and she still hasn't really, picked a brand yet. So let's see what happens. It's going to be interesting. Sarah, it's good to see you. Welcome, Sarah. Welcome. And let's see what else do we have here. We've got True saying, I'm sure she has a non-compete clause. So, probably does. Wait a second. So for Ronda Rousey, I can't really recollect this right now. I'll ask for help here. From my understanding, her contract expired, right? Or I believe her contract expired and was not renewed, right? That's what happened in her case, because had she been released, or she had asked for a release in the middle of it, then a non-compete clause makes sense. But if the contract expired and she just left after that, then there will be no non-compete clause, from my understanding. So let's see. I mean, she worked a Pro Wrestling Revolver show last night, which is Sami Callihan's promotion, and she has done another independent booking earlier as well. So, taking that into consideration, I'm assuming that there is no non-compete clause for Ronda Rousey, because had there been one, she would have not been able to work those dates, especially Pro Wrestling Revolver, So, I've got a feeling that no non-compete clause for her. I think so. Let's see. Is her, true, I think so. She already has done independent booking, so I'm assuming she's free to go wherever she'd like now. Yep. We got Ricky says, me too, Andy. I was Mad Roxanne lost last Tuesday. And Andy says, yep, are you still doing Full Gear tomorrow? Yes, Andy, we'll definitely be doing Full Gear. As we can see here, Discovery Plus, for some reason, is not carrying AEW. I'm not sure if that's a one-night thing only. Maybe because, we've got Collision tonight, which is not usually the case. And usually they don't really do Rampage either, Discovery Plus. So maybe they were just not prepared for a Collision head-to-head against SmackDown. I don't know what the reason was, but Discovery Plus is not carrying AEW tonight. I hope that's not the case tomorrow, but if it turns out to be the case, then I'm just going to tune into one of those shady websites, and I'm going to watch Full Gear, and we're going to do the watch-along. But we're going to do the watch-along either ways. And here we are now with Backstage with Shotzi, Bianca, and Charlotte. What are the chances that that somebody turns out to be Jade Cargill? I mean, it's possible, right? Nikki Alice. I mean, if Jade Cargill turns out to be in War Games, she's gonna make history because she's gonna be the first ever wrestler, male or female, to make their in-ring debut at War Games, right? In War Games. So that's gonna be historic, and that will be quite a feat, right? The first ever wrestler, male or female, to make their debut in a War Games match, period. That is historic right there. Why not? Speaking of historic, yes, boy, we've got Pretty Deadly on their way out. Rousey versus Van Zandt. That'd be nice. Sure, that would be cool. That'd be very cool. Paige Van Zandt versus Ronda Rousey. You gotta be kidding me. Yes, you got two of the finest from the MMA world. Yeah, I would be totally in for it. You know, I think that Paige Van Zandt would have an itch for this match too. So why not? Absolutely, 100%. Take advantage of the opportunity and give us Ronda Rousey versus Paige Van Zandt. Would be incredible. It would be great. I agree with that, True, 100%. I like that. We got Andy says, me too, Ricky. I was angry she lost. That was dumb. So we're talking about Roxanne dropping the title. Victor says, AJ, WWE Shop has a glitch last night. Some of their titles that cost $500 were going for as low. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? Really? You've got to be. So Victor over here is telling me that AJ, WWEshop.com had a glitch last night. Some of their titles that go for as high as $500 were going for as low as $120. If that was a glitch, why was I not aware? What the hell? Okay, that's crazy. I tried to access WWEshop.com yesterday, not at night, but yesterday sometime. And my Chrome browser gave me a warning that the site that you're trying to navigate to has security issues. So are you sure you want to go there? And whenever I get such warnings, I usually don't go there. And I was like, that's interesting. That's WWEshop.com. I go there, every once in a while. I never get these warnings. It's WWEshop.com. So I looked the other way. I did not go there. But now looking at Victor's comment, I feel like I should have gone there, Victor. I've been in the market for a title belt for quite some time. $120 for a replica title is a great deal. Oh, that's terrible. Okay. But let's see, we got Bobby Lashley watching on the mat from behind, from backstage. Of course, Street Profits here. Better not disappoint him. Montez Ford, by the way, this guy just won his first ever bodybuilding competition. It was the first time, I believe, that he entered one. And he won it as well. So Montez Ford, congratulations going on to his way right here. WWE Shop now has Bray Wyatt Legacy Collection too. That's awesome, Victor. Thanks for that. I'll take a look at that in a bit as well. That's awesome. And he says, AJ, who do you think it's under the devil? Now, that's going to be interesting. I don't think that whoever is under the Devil's Mask has got to be that signing that Tony Khan's going to be revealing tomorrow night, because I feel like that's another mystery, right? I mean, that's a whole different mystery. So it has to be somebody who's already under contract, I believe. But it's hard to tell. It's really hard to tell who could that be. Who could that be? Yeah, let's see. Let me know if you've got any ideas, Andy. By the way, Andy, I hope you're feeling better now. The last time that we were here, I know that you were not feeling very well. You were dealing with some issues. I hope you're feeling better now, Andy. Much love to you. And here we are now, Pretty Deadly, actually, dominating. Street Profits down. Yes, boy, they are dominating indeed. Gary says, somebody tell me why I don't like the... They're annoying, and they wear crop tops, which is a crime, and all pink as well. So, and the hair too, we cannot forget the hair. Very annoying, and also their music. Everything about them is annoying. But I used to find Chad Gable and Otis annoying too, but they won me over, those freaks. So, I'm giving these two a chance as well. They're talented. So, let's see. Ridge Holland, by the way, was going to go for the belly-to-belly. Did not really go for it. Good idea, I guess. Ridge Holland, once again, gets him in the corner. And now targeting his back. Holland is dominating. That's right. Victor says the whole website shut down. Oh, I see. No wonder. No wonder, right? That's crazy, Victor. I wonder what they probably did with those titles. Did they like cancel those orders, or did they actually are they actually gonna fulfill those orders? Because that is interesting. Yeah, wow. I wish that I would. I would have gone to the website, around that time. The titles were up for $120 because that's a steal. That's a steal. I'm glad Santos has turned heel, says Andy. Oh yeah, that's another thing right there, right? In the LWO, Santos Escobar has turned heel. Carlito has revealed that Santos Escobar was the bad apple of the LW. So that's interesting. Wow. Here we are. Ridge Holland goes down hard. I don't know if anybody's watching cricket, but tomorrow, I believe tomorrow, right? Yes, tomorrow, there's this big World Cup match. The finals of the World Cup happening tomorrow night. Tomorrow during the day, actually. It's India in the finals versus Australia cricket. So I don't know if anybody watches it. I don't really watch it, but it's a big thing, right? In this country, in India especially, everybody's talking about it. India versus Australia, the World Cup finals happening tomorrow night. And let's see. Andy says, I'm glad Santos is heel. Did you read NWA will be cutting talent soon? So, Andy, when they say that they're cutting talent, or when Dirt Sheet said they're cutting talent, it's very interesting to me because the NWA did not offer contracts. At one point, at least a year ago, what I had heard was that they only had offered contracts to a few talent, just very short list of talent, and everybody else on the roster was basically free agents that were brought in and paid by the date. Which was, I felt like, okay, it made sense. NWA, not a massive company right now, so it makes sense. That kind of model, it makes sense. But now we're getting this news that they're apparently going to be cutting talent and whatnot, which is quite interesting. And also, it's sad for the people that are going to be losing their jobs or their permanent paycheck from the company. But you've got to blame Billy Corgan for it to a certain extent, right? I mean, Billy Corgan with the whole spot that they did with this guy called Kratos on pay-per-view, that apparently upset the network providers, and everything went downhill, right? Billy Corgan went on Busted Open Radio, said that we are going to be on the top 20 network, and that network was apparently CW, which, was pretty sweet. CW, of course, one of the top 20, absolutely a very reputed network. But then they had this pay-per-view called NWA Samhain, and in this pay-per-view you had Kratos doing a very controversial spot, a segment, not a wrestling spot, but a segment with a line of something, and I'm pretty sure you guys know what I mean. And the CW network executives did not like it, did not like the image that the company was trying to build itself around. And the word came out that they were very upset with it, and that's why they decided to go with NXT. And when the NXT deal happened, apparently the NWA was shocked. The stars, the talent was shocked. The executives were surprised. And now that what we're hearing is that the deal's been dropped, or apparently it's not going to be on TV at least. And it's quite unfortunate. What I had heard coming from the company, before this whole controversy happened, was that there were going to be two shows, right? One show was going to be on one channel, and the other show, which was going to be a NWA wrestling reality show, that's right, was going to be on another channel. So two channels, two big shows, one wrestling, one reality show. It would have been massive for NWA, but, I guess sometimes you just have to take a back seat. And in this case, Billy Corgan probably needed to take a back seat. It's very unfortunate what's happened with his company and this opportunity. It's terrible. What can you do about it, We got Jake here. Good to see you, Jake. Welcome. Daniel Garcia, one dance in front of CJ Perry, no more. Really? Is that happening right now? I was actually looking forward to the Miro versus Garcia match, CJ Perry has really caused quite a tornado in the AEW and Miro's life. ever since she got in there. So, yeah, I was really looking forward to the Garcia versus Miro match. Now, let me know who wins this match, brother. It's definitely intriguing. Jake, good to see you. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Jake, and here we are. Moonsault off the top turnbuckle, down on Montez, and wow, actually down on everybody, taking everybody down but Ridge Holland. Now he grabs one half of the Street Profits, getting them back into the ring over here. We've got Butch. Excellent. Takes him down, goes for the cover, and it's a kick out. At a 2.5. Victor says, no, I don't see Ronda going to NJPW. She's backstage at Collision. Yeah, she is backstage at Collision now. Again, she's already in the Los Angeles area. She was at the Pro Wrestling Revolver show that took place in Los Angeles last night. Collision takes place, I believe, at the Kia in Los Angeles area itself. Full Gear tomorrow takes place at the Kia Center, again, Los Angeles area. So it makes sense for her to be there. She could have been there to meet some friends. She probably was invited over there. This does not guarantee that tomorrow night she's going to be that mystery signing that Tony Khan was talking about, but she could be, but it doesn't guarantee that she is going to be the one. So let's see. WWE did that to ECW 20 years ago. Wait, what is that about? Let's see. Nice guitar playing music, says Andy. That's all right, here we are. Andy, much love to you. Ridge Holland now, climbing the turnbuckle. Looking to put this to an end right here. Seems like he's going to go for the massive superplex of the top. Pretty deadly. Yeah, they look like they're in big trouble. Oh my goodness. A tag was made. Elton tagged himself in. I don't think Ridge Holland realizes that, or anybody realizes that. Wow. Beautiful flying leg drop right there at the top. Ridge Holland down, going for the cover, and Butch saves the day. Yes, boy, he saves the damn day. Ricky says, it's good. Move NXT to CW Network, but I'm here in LA. I can't see NXT early on East Coast time. I have to wait for 8 o'clock Pacific time. I see. Wow. So you've got to wait to watch NXT. That's not sweet, Ricky. Sorry about that. That's right. Inglewood indeed, brother. That's right. And here we are now with Butch and those big chops of the Street Profits. Victor says, Asia, do you see Mercedes Moné signing with AEW now that she's healthy? So Mercedes, I definitely see her going to AEW. I think that's definitely her home, and she will be there eventually. But if I'm not wrong, I recollect Moné herself saying this to the fans, that we will be seeing her in a wrestling promotion. She never mentioned which wrestling promotion, but she did say that we are going to be seeing her in a wrestling company in 2024. Because I believe she was dealing with an ankle injury, and she's still wearing a brace, if I'm not wrong. So either way, she said that we were going to see her in 2024 at a wrestling promotion, and I take her word for it. I think we will see her in AEW, but we're going to see it in 2024, not now. I think we just have to be patient with that. With that being said, that is a sweet victory for the Street Profits. Angelo Dawkins picking up a big one, making Bobby Lashley proud. Street Profits are the number one contenders, I believe, for the undisputed tag team championship. Again, they need to give these tag team titles a revamp, a new look, whatever they can give it to help it, really. Right now, it's terrible that we have to carry two different sets, one red, one blue. Look hideous. They don't look prestigious. They really need to help out the tag team division and those titles. Really do. But anyways, let's see what else do we have here. We've got, what do we have? Ricky says AEW Full Gear takes place at Kia Forum tomorrow. That's right. Yep, that's right, Ricky. That's right. 20 minutes away from downtown LA. Indeed. And there's this fascination, I believe, right, that all these wrestling promotions now have for Los Angeles. Wrestling Revolver, LA, AEW, LA. We've got more promotions now going to Los Angeles area, which is interesting, right? Interesting. David, welcome. Hope you're doing well, David. Great to see you. Welcome. And here we are now, Bobby Lashley with a big smile. He's happy. Wait. Ridge Holland does not look happy at all. We're going to be seeing this team breaking up. The Brawling Brutes could be coming to an end over here, guys. They could be brawling. Amongst each other, we've got Ridge Holland here showing Butch away and walking to the back on his own. She seems like he's had enough. Well, I like it. I like it. Ridge Holland and the Butch could be breaking up, guys. Seems like it. Dirt Sheet said no Mercedes Moné will not be at full gear. Yep. Tonight we're also going to be seeing LA Knight versus Demi. So again, I feel like LA Knight. Look, I'm. Wait, what's happening here? Mia Yim and Bianca Belair. That's not happening. First of all, nobody who's called Michin, will ever be taken seriously. So they should take this Michin name and they should give her back Mia Yim because it makes sense, right? Michin is a hideous name. I don't know what's worse, guys. Is it Michin or is it Dewdrop? Terrible. Michin is a terrible name. They should give her back Mia Yim. But yeah, she's definitely not going to be working with this War Games match. After all, we haven't seen her in the ring ever, I think. Ever since she came back to the WWE. I can't recollect what was the last match that I saw of her in the WWE ring. It's been a while. Let's see, Ricky says, AJ, what if CM Punk is the devil? That'd be crazy. That would be crazy. And we've talked about CM Punk in AEW. Again, I feel like a lot of damage has been done to his reputation for him to actually come back to AEW. That's my personal opinion. It would be crazy. It'd be nuts. But I feel like I don't think it was work. I think everything that happened was very real. I don't see him coming back, but it would be crazy nevertheless if he turns out to be the guy behind the mask. But I don't see it happening, at least not right now. Let's see what else do we have here. True says WWE is wasting Mia again. Definitely they are. I think we all remember because we used to watch Impact every single week back then. When Mia Yim went to Impact Wrestling, man, the entire presentation that these guys gave to her. The entrance, the mask, everything, the run that she had with Impact, it's truly memorable, truly great. They really treated her like a big mega star, and yes, they got her over in less than 1 week. Really, 1 week was all that it took for Impact Wrestling to shoot her up to the top of the card and really treat her like a mega star. Impact did a fantastic job building Mia Yim up and really treating her, portraying her as a mega attraction of the company. But WWE, on the other hand, I guess there's too many sharks in the pool, and only a few can survive, I guess. And Mia Yim doesn't look like she's the one. Doesn't look like it. Anyways, let's see. Andy says, I agree. True, I agree with True as well. We've got David saying here, by the way, there's a report from Wrestling Votes on Twitter. They say, yes, we've heard about it, David. We talked about it as well, that Ronda Rousey is backstage at Collision. Let's see. I still don't think that this guarantees that she's got to be the signing at Full Gear tomorrow, while it might very well be the case. Doesn't guarantee it. Just like I said, she was already in Los Angeles area. She did Wrestling Revolver last night. And if you look at the card, guys, it was like an AEW show, right? We had everybody on there from AEW, like Swerve and whatnot. All those guys were over there. So, yeah, it doesn't look like it. The one person I would actually like to join AEW would be Sami Callihan, the owner of Pro Wrestling Revolver, that is. And the reason why is that, he is the king of Extreme too. So, he's a free agent as well right now. He just did a fantastic show. I would like for him to be in AEW, honestly. I would love that. I don't know if he's going to be the signing, but I would love for Sami Callihan to join AEW. I think that'd be fantastic. For the fans, at least. And for Callihan, too. Why not? All right. Let's see what else do we have here. True says, Phil Brooks as the devil would be hilarious. I think Jack Perry was one of the goons. That'd be crazy. Again, the whole idea is nuts. I would like it, but it seems very unlikely. But it's nuts. Anyways, as you can see right here, guys, at the bottom of the screen, the ticker, it tells you that True, is the champion right now. And actually, it is his 14th day as champion. So, wow, what's happening here? We are backstage. They're taking out Michin, are they not? That's got to be Michin, right? Yeah, I told you guys. Anybody who's called Michin will never work War Games. And with that being said, the Damage Control just took out Michin and took out all her chances to be in the War Games match. All right. Again, Road Dogg here on SmackDown. I wonder why is he working the commentary tonight, guys. I'm not sure if this was the case last week as well, but Road Dogg is working commentary here tonight. I'm really not sure why, but I guess a welcomed addition to the commentary team. Let me know, how do you like him so far on commentary? SmackDown is usually, I don't know what to say. We don't usually see this guy over there, so let me know, how do you like this addition to the commentary team here on SmackDown tonight. We've got Fight, Sami Callihan and Monday Night together again. I see Victor wants Sami Callihan on Monday nights, it seems. Backstage fight, Ricky, there's no chance that Mia Yim's gonna join War Games after that, right? Like, they took her out, they wrote her off TV for weeks, if not months, after that backstage fight, that's for certain. Anyways, anybody seen Karrion Kross or Scarlett Bordeaux? It's been a while. It's been a long while. Like, where are they? All right, where is Karrion? Where is Scarlett? We never see these two. Never, ever. All right, so I hope Julia Hart wins the TBS title at Full Gear. That'd be nice. Andy, I'd be rooting for her as well. We'll be rooting for her together. And with that being said, we're now looking at the segment from last week's SmackDown, where Santos Escobar was revealed as the bad apple of the LWO. Yeah. Anyways, what I was saying was that, as you can see right here at the bottom, the ticker, True is the current predictions champion. It is his day 14 as champion. But tomorrow night, we will be crowning an all-new AEW predictions champion, because now we're going to have two sets of the champions. One is a WWE champion, the other one being the AEW predictions champion. So tomorrow night, who will be the first ever AEW predictions champion? Is it going to be True again, holding both the titles? Or is it going to be somebody else? Is it going to be you, Ricky? Or you, Andy? Or somebody else? Or maybe Victor? Let me know what you guys think. Or Gary. Maybe Gary. Gary had a pretty good chance at winning the WWE predictions title back then. So it could be Gary too. Or somebody else. Maybe Tony. So tomorrow night, the inaugural AEW predictions champion will be crowned. So stay tuned, guys. Let's see what else do we have here. By the way, AJ Sky Blue won the last night's Wednesday on Dynamite. Really? That is good to know. Ricky, thanks for that. We got Tony saying the Bailey Appreciation Society needs to be stopped. Wow. I like that, Tony. It seems like it'll be stopped, eventually. Maybe after Raw Games, because right now, we already got that teaser. There's somebody who doesn't feel like they're a part of Damage Control. To me, it feels like it's Bailey. It feels like Bailey's the one who's not a part of Damage Control. It's an all-Japanese group now, it seems. And Dakota Kai. But Bailey doesn't seem to be fitting in. We shall see what happens. By the way, Rey Mysterio underwent a successful knee surgery, so we send him our best wishes. Of course, legendary Rey Mysterio. And now we've got Dragon Lee coming out. Of course, one of the recent additions to the SmackDown roster, but a very welcomed one too. He fit in as soon as he came in. Dragon Lee making his way out, and he's got his own custom nameplate too. When you get one of those, you're kind of over, right? Let's see. We've got Andy says Will Ospreay versus Josh Alexander. A recent Impact match was really good. That's awesome, brother Andy. That's great. And tomorrow night, Full Gear. Follows Saturday is Survivors. That's right. Yeah, following Saturday is indeed Survivor Series. It's got to be a massive match. Let's see what this backstage segment is about. Dragon Lee with Nick Aldis.
So what I've done is I've brought in Axium from NXT, and you can show Ray and the whole world what they're really for.
That's crazy. So we've got Axiom from NXT, and tonight we're going to see Dragon Lee versus Axiom. So Luchador versus Luchador. With that, hands down, the biggest opportunity that Axiom has ever had on the main roster, ever. His SmackDown debut right here, Axiom. He better deliver. Let's see how this is going to turn out to be, guys. Dragon Lee versus Axiom is taking place now, and Axiom making his SmackDown debut right here. This is exciting. This definitely is exciting, guys. I like it. You're right, True. And True says that's because Bailey has heat with all of them. And here he is, Axiom. This guy's entrance is so trippy. Yeah, look at him. Look at him make his way. Oh my goodness. It's so trippy. And with that being said, they're now giving us a nice video package for Axiom too. My goodness. You know, we're just hoping that they don't build him up like Sin Cara. Because right now, based on that entrance, that presentation, and now that video package, it seems like they're really trying to build him up. And they're trying to introduce him. I like this, you know, guys. Like, as he's making his entrance, they switch over and they give us this video package. And they're telling us who this guy is and what is he all about. I think it's so important. Little things like these. It's very important because you're no longer assuming that fans know who this guy is. There's got to be a portion of the fans, or a big portion of it, don't watch NXT, that have no idea who Axiom is, and to introduce them to this guy is really important, and I'm glad that WWE is now doing it. Very important. And here we are now, Dragon Lee versus Axiom taking place right now. This should be good. And the start of the match, good note, we've got a handshake here to start the action, and now Axiom, he's down on his back, he sends Dragon Lee away. Let's see who gets the first laugh in this match. We've got an Irish whip here from Axiom, Dragon Lee with a counter, and he gets his shoulders down going for the cover, but Dragon Lee kicks out, kick to his gut, running over, and he gets Axiom down, shoulders are down, he kicks out at a one right here. Once again, headlock locked in on Axiom. Nobody has been able to get the other person down with a big move yet, right? Nobody has had the first laugh in the match just yet. Lots of chain wrestling is all we've seen here. Drop kick from Dragon Lee, and Axiom rolls out to the outside. Seems like Dragon Lee has indeed got the first laugh in the match, and now a dive to the down. That's right, dive of the top rope to Axiom, and Dragon Lee indeed with the first and the second laugh in the match. This guy has started off the match on a high note for certain. Is Orton back on Raw? And not that I'm aware of, right? Did not come back this week, right? I mean, I was not here this week. I'm assuming Orton's not back, right? Yeah, doesn't look like it, right? We've got Victor says Orton's fifth member of Cody's War Games team, and McIntyre, the fifth member of Judgment Day's team. Yeah, I mean, we know that Drew McIntyre has now joined, apparently, the Judgment Day and their team, so he's a bad guy now. But, yeah, Orton could be that guy. Orton could be back. He could be back maybe next week, but is not back yet, right? So that's that. Let's see. Okay, Axiom. Lee versus Axiom is going to be elite on SmackDown. You know it, Tony. It's going to be a good match. But with that being said, we are now on a commercial break. I want some help from you guys. I want to know how Collision is going, because of course I can't watch it. So I'd like to know, how is Collision doing? How is AEW doing tonight? Is the show impressive? Is it good? Let me know. And I'm checking the time. It's been about 40 minutes since we've been watching SmackDown. Not bad. But it seems like a little bit of a slow show, because I thought it must have been about, over an hour easily, but it's been about 40 minutes. So the show, I feel like, is a little slow tonight. Let's see what else we have here. We've got, Victor says, TNT #1 contender match. The winner gets a shot at Christian Cage tonight on Rampage. Oh yeah, Rampage is also taking place tonight, back to back. It's an important night. Guys, I'm sure you guys have must all heard about, this show that takes place in December. I believe the last show of December, and that particular week, AEW is not taping Collision at all. Like, Collision is not taking place at all that week, which is quite interesting, right? Collision, either Friday or Saturday, but it does take place. But in December, there's got to be 1 week where Collision just does not take place at all. And what does that tell you about Collision and AEW? Is AEW treating Collision as the B show? Does AEW not much care about Collision anymore? There's a lot of questions, lots of, of course, curiosity based on Collision and AEW. Let's see what's going to be happening. But seems like perhaps we could be seeing AEW Collision being replaced in the future. I don't know. But the speculation is that, maybe they're not too high on the product right now, on the Collision side of it at least. So, hence the reason why they're not filming it at all 1 week. So, that's interesting. It's big, right? World's End, you're right, true. World's End is when Collision doesn't take place. So, just like Full Gear, Full Gear is happening Saturday. They're filming Collision, of course. They're airing it live right now on Friday, but they're not doing it in the case of Full Gear. Full Gear week, it's not taking place at all. So it's got the dirt sheets talking, of course, and predicting and speculating if Collision is actually coming to an end, which I think is a bit of an exaggeration right now, but you never know. You really never know. Let's see. Giving them time for New Year, maybe. That'd be nice. That'd be nice if that's true. And we've got, hey, good to see you. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Welcome, Jesus. And let's see. We actually had a wrestler, a WWE star by the name in the early 2000s, right? That's cool. And let's see. Victor says Collision just haven't been the same since Punk has been gone. Yeah, Collision, let's be honest. When the show started off, we knew it was based on Punk. It was based on Miro. When Collision first started off, I heard feedback from people who do not even like AEW, right? They called me and they said, AJ, have you watched Collision? It's the best thing in wrestling right now. I was like, are you serious or are you trying to be sarcastic? Because these guys that I know are like super anti-AEW. But they call me and they tell me that it's the best thing in wrestling right now. They were being serious. So it's, of course, Punk is left, and as you said, it hasn't been the same, the show. But we're hoping for the best. Miro is still there, and you still got those stars there. Collision still, I like Collision better. I like the presentation for Collision better. I'll be honest with you. I like it better than Dynamite. I love the red and the yellow. I love the colors and everything. I just like the whole presentation, the look and the feel better than Dynamite. So, I would like for it to continue and to, do well. But here we are. Dragon Lee continues to dominate Axium, going for the cover. After a pretty big move of the top, Axiom still kicking out at a 1. Collision is still fires is true, absolutely. What time is Full Gear? Is it 8? I believe the pre-show starts at 7, the main show at 8, brother. True. Trent won the number 1 contender match, so he gets a TNT title match on Rampage, says Victor. That's awesome. So it's got to be a long night for Trent. First, he wins the number 1 contendership, and now he's going to have to fight for the championship on Rampage, which, of course, immediately follows Collision. So, long night for Trent. I don't think he's going to win the title, but good luck to him anyways, right? Good luck to him. All right, so let's see what else do we have here. Oh, my goodness. All right, here we are. Axiom now trying to fight back. Yeah, he goes right after Dragon Lee. Looks like he was going to go for the German suplex, but Dragon Lee, oh DL, there you are. German suplex delivered to Dragon Lee just like that. He goes down hard. Axiom once again grabs him by the mask, gets him up to his feet over here, and he is looking for, oh my goodness, Dragon Lee though. Turns it around in Axiom. Suplex delivered hard and strong. Axiom goes down hard. We got Gary says, I find Collision better than Dynamite also. Me too. I just love the presentation. I don't know what is it about Dynamite's presentation. I feel like there's maybe the cutters don't appeal to me so much, right? But I like Collision's presentation a lot. I like it a lot. When Dynamite, maybe I like Dynamite presentations better when it first started off and you had all these colors flying around, the graphics that they had back then. I think I liked it better than what they have now. Now what they've got is, these lights, the blue and the red lights, right? You've got these LEDs, I believe, running in the graphics. And it feels very WWE-ish to me, right? It feels very... I feel like Dynamite now has a very corporate feel in terms of the graphics, which, I'm not a very big fan of. I was a fan back then, but, it's changed a little bit here. The presentation has changed. And it was Axiom here, grabs Dragon Lee, was about to send him headfirst into the top turnbuckle, but Dragon Lee turning it around, kick to the head of Axiom. He falls down to the mat. Of course, Dragon Lee looks like he will pick up the victory, as he should. He is the main roster star right now, not Axiom, so he needs the victory. But Axiom gets up to his feet very quickly. Big kick to the side of the head. Dragon Lee is a bit dazed, bit dizzy. And opportunities like these are very important, and Axiom probably realizes how important it is for him to not just... winning or not winning is a whole different thing, but right now it's about impressing those higher-ups, because Dragon Lee, very similar to Axiom, was also given a main roster match once, and he impressed the higher ups, and the higher ups felt that they wanted Dragon Lee on the main roster. Like, he was ready to be here. And hence the reason why we're watching Dragon Lee on SmackDown every week now. Similarly, if Axium is able to do well and impress those in the higher ups, he might also be a permanent fixture right here on SmackDown. So it's a big movement for him here. Kick to the head of Dragon Lee here now. We've got a roll up on Axiom, and he gets Axiom up and down. My goodness. Slams him hard down to the mat, but Axiom still kicks out. I see AJ, Hobbs body slam Paul White onto the hood and windshield of the car. That's crazy. I'll have to take a look. Did this happen last week or Wednesday? Wow. All these crazy moments happen when I'm not watching, I'll be honest. Right? Wow. But with that being said, guys, Dragon Lee here is victorious. It's awesome. Victor Powerhouse. Hobbs is no joke. Oh yeah, he's incredible. He's incredible. What I really want to watch, more power to Big E. I hope he gets better soon, but I would love to watch one day Big E versus Hobbs. Like, that's one of my fantasy matches. I think it would be great. Let's see what else do we have here. But show are good. We have Lucha action right now on SmackDown and Collision. Really, Collision too? That's awesome. Ricky, let's see. Dynamite was, I heard that Dynamite was a pretty good show. I will have to take a look. Epic Matt says, Tony, that was great. Axiom actually did pretty well tonight. It was a good match. Axiom is good. All they need to do is keep him away from any trampolines, and he'll be fine. I feel like Sin Cara, one of the reasons why he turned out to be, Sin Cara was the trampoline. The trampoline spot always was super botchy. And as long as they can keep Axiom away from the trampoline, he's going to be just fine. I know they already have that itch to set up a trampoline ringside. They should not. All right, let's see what else do we have here. AJ, that's because the designer of the LED said used to work for it. I see. It makes sense. Thanks for that, Victor. Let's see. Gary Brown agree. I like that, Victor. That's sweet. Dragon Lee win. Indeed, Ricky. Universal title. Wait. Santos Escobar breaks his silence up next. So after the commercial break, Santos Escobar will be here. And he'll be explaining his actions from last week. It's got to be good. Tony says, here's Wardlow. Well, Wardlow is coming out now. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Wait, SmackDown is going back to FS1? Oh. So the ratings are going to dip next week, apparently. This is going to be interesting. So next week, SmackDown is going back to FS1. And it's going to take place in Chicago. So there's, of course, some curiosity there. But also it's FS1. So I don't expect the ratings to do very well. It's definitely going to take a dip. But, yeah, SmackDown is going to go to FS1 next week. So that's that. I guess Roman is staying home for Survivor. It's ridiculous, right? With the Roman Reigns and his championship. And then he'll come out like 2 months later. And he'll say, oh, I've surpassed 2,000 days as champion. It's crazy. Roman Reigns. Literally, right? Has started to get on our nerves. At this point, he's going to break like Bruno Sammartino's record too. Roman Reigns really barely defends. Barely defends. Ricky says Santos is going to come out next and after the attack to Rey Mysterio last week on SmackDown. That's right. After attacking Rey, after betraying LWO Carlito, he's going to explain his actions. So we'll see how that goes. Wardlow just did a Swanton Bomb. Wardlow is capable of so much. It's awesome. It's great. And let's see what else do we have going on over here. Let's see. Ricky says SmackDown is going to FS1 next week due to college football. Yeah, it's going to be a big weekend for them, right? You've got, of course, SmackDown on FS1. And then you've got Survivor Series right after that. So it's going to be a pretty big weekend for WWE. They better deliver. Now, Victor mentioned that WWE Shop were, they had a glitch and they were giving away titles for as cheap as $120, which makes me curious. And I want to go to the website right now, and I want to see if they're actually giving them for that cheap right now. Let's see. So as Victor said, Bray Wyatt's Legacy Collection is actually up on sale right now. You've got a lot of Bray Wyatt merchandise up for sale, which is great. But I want to go to titles. I want to check if they're still giving away those $500 belts for... No, they're not. So they're not. Right at the bat, They're once again selling them for $500. But the old championship, the black one, they're selling that one for $300. That's a discount of $150, if you may. But all the other titles are still quite expensive. It's very intriguing because the replica, the spinner belt, is actually more expensive than the current belt that they use, but in black. But the spinner is still expensive, which is quite interesting. I guess there are people out there who still love and want to buy the spinner. Honestly, I want to buy the spinner too. I really want to. Roman hasn't caught up to Bob Buckland yet. Flair will be at full gear. Yeah, definitely expect for him to be full gear. But you're right, Drew. You're right, indeed. And still to come, the main event, LA Knight versus Jimmy Uso. So I'm brave enough to say this, right? In the world of dirt sheets and all these fan bases, hardcore fans that is online, I'm brave enough to say this every single time. I'm not sold on LA Knight yet. Yeah, I like him. I like his promos. I like his action. But I'm still not 100% sold on LA Knight. I still feel like there's room. There's a lot of room, a lot of stuff that he can do, and lots of steps that he still needs to climb. He's not up there yet. Yes, he got that one chance against Roman Reigns. I don't expect for him to get another one unless creative is super lazy. I don't see him going up against Roman Reigns again. And I just saw him as a mere stepping stone in Roman Reigns' way, and that's what he is. So I expect LA Knight to. I think he should. It's not about what I expect, but I want for him to do other things like chasing a mid-card title and spending some time as mid-card champion. The U.S. title would be fantastic for just because right now you've got a perfect champion. You've got Logan Paul, who's a social media icon, and he can talk and he can wrestle. And he is over in not a good way with the WWE fans. And of course, LA Knight is super over. And I feel like LA Knight versus Logan Paul for the US Championship, that whole feud would be fantastic. And it's just going to get a lot of people excited. And lots of people on social media will be watching LA Knight talking like that for the first time ever. That is Logan Paul fans. I think it's going to be best for him. I think LA Knight versus Logan Paul is what should be happening right now. Not him versus Jimmy Uso. It should be him versus Logan Paul. I think that's the direction that they should be headed in. That's what I feel, but let me know if you guys feel otherwise. Right now, we've got Santos Escobar in the ring. Let's see what he wants to say. He's addressing the fans. Wow. Attracting a lot of boos right now. Oh, okay. What? Dax versus Rush taking place right now. I wish I could be watching this right now. Whoa. That's crazy. Wow. This guy has turned to Alberto Del Rio, but better, right? In character, that is. Wow. Whoa, wait. Oh my gosh. All right. So Santos Escobar coming out here saying that Dominic Rey's son was right about him. Wow. So there's some jealousy in here, right? He's jealous of Logan Paul being the U.S. champion. He's jealous of the fact that Carlito is now a part of the LWO and the leader of LWO. Apparently, Escobar is jealous and insecure. That's crazy. Yeah, true. Dominic was right. Okay. That's interesting, right? Escobar probably does not know the history of Rey Mysterio and Carlito. Calling him an outsider? That's a bit too much. Wow. Escobar with some very harsh words, right? Look at that. We've got Ricky says last week SmackDown Santos turned heel. That's right, he turned heel on the LWO. He turned heel on Carlito, Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio just underwent knee surgery recently, so yeah. And Santos Escobar here saying that I hope, Rey Mysterio, that all the pain that you're suffering right now, it tells you how I felt when I was betrayed by you. Wow, and he says to Rey, oh, wow, that's crazy. Escobar crossing the line right now. He tells Rey, I hope the surgery did not go well. I hope that they have to amputate Rey Mysterio's leg. Now, Santos Escobar here with some terrible words, terrible choice of words. Zelina Vega has had enough. She's heard enough. She does not want and cannot stand Santos Escobar disrespecting the legend of Rey Mysterio anymore. So Zelina Vega takes it upon herself to come out and shut him up. She does not understand what's wrong with Escobar, if the symbiote got on him or what happened. How did he turn upside down overnight? But Zelina Vega getting in the ring here. Look at those massive boots, guys. What is she wearing? Becky Lynch's clothes? But or her boots, but she's here in the ring now with Escobar. We've got some confrontation here between the two. Vega looks good though, and a slap to the face of Escobar, just what he deserves, right? Just what he deserves. Escobar is taken aback. Vega's done with this guy. Hilarious as sure, yeah. Definitely. Scarlett been on her and Shotzi's YouTube channel. I see. I was wondering where's Karrion Kross and Scarlett been. That makes sense. Thanks for that, Andy. And here we are, a very emotionally overwhelmed Vega slaps some senses into Escobar and walks to the back. Wow. Well, he's not wrong, right? Escobar telling the LWO, the rest of the LWO, you guys only exist because I allowed you to exist. And those guys, of course, feeling the disrespect, getting to the ring over here as well. That's good. They're taking a stand for themselves to say what you did to Rey, what you did to Zelina is totally out of line. Escobar grabs the mic. Wow, he's telling the LWO to get the hell out of here, guys. Things are getting out of hand. This match between Victor, don't make me jealous for I can't watch Dax and Rush right now. I'm jealous, okay, I see. Well, that's our Queen Zelina. Tony, she looked good. She looked good for sure, yeah. Wait a second. Escobar with some cheap shot to his LWO brothers, taking them out from behind. Blindside attack on both of them. That's terrible. It's terrible to watch. This reminds me of the heartbreak that I felt when Batista turned on Rey Mysterio. You know, back, I believe that was the Bragging Rights pay-per-view back in 2011, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, that was a heartbreaking moment when Batista sent Rey Mysterio flying to the barricade, attacked him, Batista bombed him. It was terrible. With that being said, guys, Carlito, finally, I knew there was somebody missing. Carlito is on his way out. He's had enough, he's seen enough, and he's coming out here to save the LWO from Escobar. And Escobar, wow, of course he just leaves, he escapes. Escobar choosing an easy way out of here. I like it, Ricky. All those green apples in the chat. Where's your flip flop? Yeah, true. Where's the flip flops when you need them, right? Yeah, she kept talking about food flip flops all this while, and when she finally needed those flip flops to knock some senses into this guy's head, she forgets to wear them. That's nuts, right? All right, Batista beat the hell out of her. It was terrible, brother. I mean, I was stunned. I personally was way more affected than Rey Mysterio himself was. That was crazy to watch. Batista is taking Rey out that night. It was insane. And let's see, this was so good, says Ricky. Now, that was a interesting segment. I agree with that. Love this, says Ricky. Axium is real-life Power Ranger. You know it, brother. You know it. Clay, good to see you. Welcome, Clay. Welcome. Good to see you. Bailey was here like an hour ago. You're late, but great to see you, Clay. Welcome. Carlita comes out to save the LWO. Indeed, Victor. Call Elektra back up. Yes. Yes. Now that you've got this guy a heel again, it's only about time that Elektra comes back. Elektra was fantastic with these people. So, yeah, I agree with that. Elektra should be back. I totally agree. 100%. 110%. Yes. They should do it. They should have this guy Escobar and Elektra form an entirely new faction, and going up against the LWO will be crazy good. The Escobar family. Hell yeah. I like that, true. The LWO and the Escobar family, can they coexist on one brand? Yeah, that'd be amazing. I would like that a lot. All right, let's see. I agree, true, says Ricky. I agree with that as well, Ricky, totally. And, yeah, some W Shop merchandise now being shown off on TV. And Grayson Waller making his way out now. All right, let's see what he going to be talking about. This guy talks a lot of smack about Taylor Swift on social media, but when he comes on TV, barely does talk about her, right? Anyways, Grayson Waller effect in full force as he comes out to wrestle tonight. Once in a blue moon do we see him wrestling, but tonight he's out to wrestle, which is interesting. Oh, speaking of once in a blue moon, it's interesting that I use that phrase because tonight he's going to be fighting the Moon Man, and that is Cameron Grimes. I guess that's the reason why we see so less of this guy. Cameron Grimes barely on TV, most likely always on Moon, but we are going to be watching these two go at it tonight right after this commercial break. And Andy says, Gunther is looking forward to dropping the IC belt for bigger things. I asked him that question. When I interviewed him. Gunther, are you looking to are you planning to be champion forever? He said, do you plan that thing, right? He said, how do you plan to be champion forever? You don't plan that. I don't see that anybody plans that, neither do I. So, yeah, definitely should do bigger things. When I asked him if he sees himself chasing the world title, he said Royal Rumble is coming up soon in January, and he sees himself as one of the favorites to win the Rumble. So, definitely, Gunther is made for big things, but I think we all need to acknowledge him as the greatest IC champion ever. He really brought some prestige to that title, really did. When that title was reintroduced to the fans with an all-new look, it really went nowhere with the champions. The champions did a terrible job at putting the title over. It was terrible. But Gunther came in and he finally made that championship feel like a championship, really brought some importance to it. It was fantastic what he did with the title. And Gunther really deserves a round of applause for the work that he's done for that championship. And I hope that whoever succeeds him as the IC champion, can continue that work and actually continue to make that title feel important. I really hope so. It would be a shame if that title ends up like the tag team titles, like Usos champions for such a long time, sweet run, and then they dropped it to Sammy and Kevin, and it went nowhere. That title went. Sammy and Kevin did nothing with that title, and now I don't even know who's the champion. Who's the tag team champion right now? I don't know. I have no idea. They have done nothing to the title. It's of no importance. It's terrible. So I hope that the IC championship, it goes to the right hands, not Kevin or Sammy, the right hands. Yeah, but no offense to Kevin or Sam either. There's also a lot of creative to be blamed over there. Anyways, let's see. What else do we have here? We've got Gunther looking forward to dropping the title. It's Andy. We got True says Full Gear might be a 6-hour show. Yeah, they really go all out for Full Gear shows. I think Cody will call Brock for War Games. That would be crazy. I would like that a lot, but that would be crazy. Holy crap. You know, I mean, we all remember the last time we saw Brock and Cody in the same ring. Brock Lesnar actually, apparently the dirt sheets say it was not meant to happen, but Brock Lesnar shook hands with him, raised his arm of victory, passed the torch, which the dirt sheets say was not a planned spot. It was something that Brock Lesnar wanted to do himself and did himself out of his own wish and will. So that's that. But Cody picking up the phone to call Brock Lesnar would be something. Judgment Day of the Tag. That's right. Judgment Day of the Tag. Thanks for that, True. Thank you for that. Of course, they've got all the gold. The safe spot with them, right? That's right. All right, guys. I'll be right back after this little commercial break. Not really a commercial break. After a little break. I'll be right back in like 2 minutes. Stay tuned. Much love. Alright guys, I'm back right here. Hope you guys missed me, but we're back, and I can see Cameron Grimes dominating the match. Grayson Waller is down. We got this guy. I don't even know what to say about him, but the former U.S. champion been knocked out. Grayson Waller once again takes Cameron Grimes down. And Austin Theory, though, but I mean, I don't know what to say about Austin Theory. Anybody here is a fan of Austin Theory or sees any potential in Austin Theory right now? I don't, but let me know if you do. But Grayson Waller going for the cover on Cameron Grimes. It's a 1, it's a 2, and it's a 3, and he gets victory. Cameron Grimes is a failed prospect. He brought in from NXT with some high hopes, and people were excited to see him on SmackDown when he, finally made his debut and when he was announced to be on the show. But he's a failed prospect. I don't see Cameron Grimes doing too well. I think he belongs in the same category like Dexter Lumis, right? Dexter Lumis, also a failed prospect. I dare say about Johnny Gargano too. Another failed guy so far on the main roster, and it's terrible. But here we are now with Bianca Belair chatting up with Zelina Vega. Pretty sure that Zelina Vega will also be taken out shortly by Bianca Belair's foes later on. Here we are now with Solo Sikoa, and I guess we're going to be getting a Solo Sikoa segment up next after the commercial break. Man, I don't know how to feel about this either. We got Nate in here. Nate, welcome. Great to see you. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Nate says, other than Water, beat Grimes and Road Dogg at the desk. Yes, Road Dogg in at the commentary desk tonight, brother. Indeed. It's been a sweet SmackDown, an eventful SmackDown. We just heard from Santos Escobar, who came out and he talked about, his actions from last week. Why did he betray the LWA? Why he did what he did to Rey Mysterio and the guys and Carlito. And, while talking about it, he was confronted by Zelina Vega, who slapped him in the face. Then he attacked his own LWO brothers. Then Carlito came out, and Escobar took the easy way out. He ran out of there. So there's a lot of heat going on right here between the LWA members, especially Carlito and Escobar. So more to come on that. We got Victor saying Dax vs. Rush turned into a brawl. All 4 of the team in the AEW Tag Team Ladder match tomorrow. I see. It sounds like it was a pretty long match too, right? That's awesome, Victor. Thanks for keeping me in the loop. So, Collision has been a pretty sweet show, so has SmackDown been. I'm really glad that this week these two did not turn it into an ugly war, and WWE did not bring in like their big guns like John Cena or The Undertaker or Batista or The Rock to beat AEW. They did not go up there tonight, which was good. Tonight they just put on regular shows and I guess healthy competition here between the two. They did not go and turn this thing ugly, which is what I appreciate a lot tonight, right? Unlike what we saw at NXT Tuesday night, where NXT brought in their big guns and AEW was doing Adam Copeland's first ever match in AEW. Tonight was not that bad, so that was good. And Andy says, Crime should have never left NXT so soon as he did. Yeah. I mean, look at him now. It's terrible. The run's been terrible, without a doubt. All right, let's see what else do we have here. We got Victor says, Andy, I agree. Collision is better than SmackDown so far. I see. Cameron Grimes is taking the sightseeing tour to the moon. That's all he does, right? That's it. That's all he does. Goes to the moon, and that's it. I don't see him ever winning matches. I just see him going to the moon. That's about it. But anyways, guys, commercial break is upon us once again. Looking at the time, we've got about 40 minutes left before the show's got to be over. So that's that. I totally forgot to turn my lights blue. So let me know, guys, how do you like the room better? Do you like it with the white lights? Do you like it with the blue lights? How do you like the room better? Let me know. Let me pull up the lights over here a little bit too. That's good. Yeah. All right. Shop AEW has a 50% off sale. There you go. By the way, just like I said, the Damage Control have also taken out Zelina Vega now. So, if you see Bianca Belair backstage, run. Because you know what's coming up next for you? Is Damage Control causing some damage. That's right. So first, it was Michin. And now it's Zelina Vega who have been taken out by Damage Control. What's going to happen? Who will join forces with Bianca and the gang at War Games? Still to come. And that's right, we got Nate once again. Welcome, brother. Tony Khan should have tried to put Collision on Sunday instead of tonight, says Victor. You think so? I see. Well, and here we are now taking a look at what happened 2 weeks ago. So John Cena basically did his little farewell at Crown Jewel and never even came back to say his goodbyes or finish off the stuff that he started off with the Bloodline. He's just left for Hollywood. And, you know, people after that little thank you Cena chants in Saudi Arabia and whatnot, people started predicting, hey, is this the last of John Cena? Is he hanging up his boots? Is he retiring? The speculations were crazy, right? People talk about his retirement. And I thought to myself, hey, he's not retiring. What are we talking about? We're getting ahead of ourselves right now. And that's exactly it. He was not retiring. That farewell, that see off, that stare down into the camera, all that stuff was just because he was going back to Hollywood. He was going back to work. And there was a way for him to say, all right, adios. And that's it. He's not retiring. He'll be back in time, for WrestleMania. That's it. It's true. And we've got Broman in the house. Broman, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Great to see you. Always a banger to see Broman. By the way, I've got to ask you, how do you guys like the camera setup tonight? Right, we did things a little differently. So we've got the computer over here where I'm watching the show. We've got the iPad over here as well. And we've got the camera over here where I'm looking at you guys and I'm talking to you guys. So how do you like the camera setup tonight, guys? Let me know. I'm experimenting. I'm trying different things. And there's soon going to be multi-camera too. But, tonight we're doing it with one camera. Let me know how do you like the setup. If you guys have any feedbacks, let me know. Thanks. All right, we got Nate saying Drew versus Dominic versus Buddy. Winner gets Rhea's heart. Winner gets her heart. You'd think that after Buddy put a ring on her finger, a ring on her finger, you'd think that he has her heart, but okay, we gotta kayfabe this up a little bit, right? And here we are now with Solo Sikoa. What? Nah, Paul Heyman's playing us, right? There's no way Cena's here. Now he's playing us. He's not here. Yeah, I'm not falling for Paul Heyman's crap anymore. Yeah, I've fallen for his crap. I've really in the past have fallen for his crap so many times that I'm immune to it now. I'm not gonna fall for his stuff again, right? The biggest one came in Chicago years ago, 2011, when CM Punk walked out of the WWE and Paul Heyman came out to his music. The night the fans wanted to hijack Raw, we had the show opening up with CM Punk's Tron being played, his music being played, and then Paul Heyman came out, sat in the center of the ring with his legs crossed and put it on the fans. It's you're the reason why Punk's not here tonight. That was the biggest troll of them all, Paul Heyman. I'm not falling for his stuff after that night in 2011, that's for certain. I'm sure Buddy has put fingers in. I said on, true. I never said in, I said on. Victor says, I like the setup better with the camera in front of you like it used to be. Victor says, I like it better with the camera in front. All right, Victor, thanks for that. I'm always, trying to experiment with stuff. But if you like it better, I'll take that into consideration. We'll actually move it to the front as well. Thanks for that, brother Victor. And, of course, the audience cheers for Cena. That's right. So naive, true. So naive, I'll tell you that. The fans are so innocent. Yeah, they get carried away. True, you think any of the titles will change hands at Full Gear? I mean, they must, right? You've got so many championship matches happening, Andy. I think that it must happen. All right, here we are now. Is that Solo Sikoa or is that his mannequin? Like, this guy is not moving, not blinking. He's just standing still. Are you sure that's not like a wax mannequin of Solo Sikoa? Because sure does look like one. I like it. I like it a lot. I see Nate. I see Nate. I see you doing the do. I like that. All right. And the TBS and the women's title might change hands. The tag time title. The TBS titles should change hands. I agree with that. And let's see once again. I like how Paul Heyman is like basically playing us all into thinking that the reason why we're not going to see John Cena anymore in the WWE, at least for now, is Solo Sikoa. Well, Solo Sikoa is not the reason. The actual reason is because the strike's over and now he's working Hollywood again. So, yeah, nice try, Paulie. Nice try. And Victor says, AJ, who do you think MJF picks to tag with to defend the ROH tag team titles tomorrow night? It's an interesting situation right now with MJF. Who could that person be? What do you guys think? Any predictions over here? Any prediction you'd like to throw out? Wait a second. Oh, come on. Coming out now for the main event, of course, is LA Knight, and of course, I believe this segment will be followed up by the actual match that we're gonna get tonight. Is LA Knight versus Jimmy Uso in the main event? So. Now, the only reason why Roman Reigns is still champion today is because LA Knight could not get the job done. That's the reason why, LA Knight. And I like it, alright? So, lots of custom nameplates we're seeing tonight. You know, first we saw one for Dragon Lee, and now we're also seeing one for LA Knight. Interesting. And Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe would be nice, true, I like that. I like that a lot. Samoa Joe and MJF. I like that a lot. You know, Samoa Joe, as we know, I like that a lot. He relinquished his title as well recently, the ROH TV title. He wants to go after the World Championship after all, and the AEW World title that is, right? So I like that. You know, him tag teaming up with MJF before he goes after his championship makes a lot of sense. This has the same dynamic as MJF and Adam Cole had back in the day. I like it. Actually, better than that. I like it a lot. True. Samoa Joe and MJF teaming up for those titles. I like it a lot. I'll say it again. I think it's genius. All right. All right. Well, I think that was an okay segment, right? Yeah, I think it was an okay segment. Again, guys, I'm not the biggest LA Knight fan there is, you know. I think that was all right. It got an all right reaction from the fans. It was not super loud. The yeah was not super loud from the fans tonight either. It was okay. It was all right. And let's see, MJF will prick Chris. Oh my goodness, you think so, Nate? All right. I think Samoa Joe will be MJ's partner. Zandy, I agree with that. I totally do. I think it should be Samoa Joe. We've got, I thought Roman told Jimmy no. I thought, yep, he did. And Nate says, no matter how good this SmackDown is, it's still a bad day since Joe Burrow got injured. I never knew about any of that. Well, sorry about that. Did he, Nate? Says Andy. Never knew about that. That's sad. Commercial break still going on. Anil, good to see you, Anil. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Great to see you. Again, this is going to be the first of many commercials that we're going to be seeing tonight during the main event. You know, the first commercial is upon us here. As we know, Collision is going to be followed up by a Rampage, which is also going to be live, immediately following Collision. So 3 hours of AEW. So for those of you who are going to be watching Rampage later on, I hope you guys enjoy the show. Of course, it's going to be the go-home show from AEW for tomorrow night's Full Gear. So must be remarkable. Of course, we've got a championship match coming up on Rampage as well, just like Victor told us earlier. There's going to be a big championship match coming up. Christian Cage is going to be defending his title, so that is yet to come on Rampage. So that's that. But just like I said, Discovery Plus, for some reason, I hope it's only a one-night deal. But tonight, they're not carrying AEW for some reason, and it's concerning. And I hope it's only a one-night thing. But they're not carrying, AEW tonight. So for that reason, I will not be here for Rampage, but I'll be here tomorrow night, and we're going to be watching Full Gear tomorrow. So we're going to have a good time. Buddy Matthews versus Utah is also a good match, says Victor, for sure. Roman told Jimmy not to say, yep, he did very clearly. He said, I don't like that. But seems like Jimmy Uso is not done with it, Seems like he's not done with it. Anyways, I cannot wait for the day because I think it's inevitable. It has to happen. But I can't wait until the day that Jimmy and Jay are back together. The band is back together. I can't wait for it. It's a matter of time before they are back there, right? I mean, yeah, they have to be back together. All right. So commercial break still going on. Let's see. Tomorrow night is a big night over here. I mean, and in the world of cricket, that is, because India is going to be taking on Australia. And, this part of the world, India and Australia, that's all that people are talking about. So AEW, in international territories, they've got some big competition in the form of cricket. The World Cup finals between India and Australia. So, not the best choice of day in terms of the international viewers because, cricket is a big deal over here, as you can imagine, guys. All right. All right, as W over here talks about their Big 12 conference, right? I also want to talk about something that, I will be announcing. Actually, I will be announcing it tomorrow night during Full Gear. But, I always wanted to do some good with Wrestling News. And the first year that I started Wrestling News, which was a little Instagram page back then, I tried to use the platform to do as much good as I could with it, to bring awareness to the things that needed awareness, to bring awareness to stuff like depression, to do campaigns for mental health. I did all of that back then. And, I tried as much as I could, right? I always wanted to use the platform for stuff like that. And I have been working behind the scenes to do more of that. And tomorrow, during Full Gear, I will be making an announcement, which is very exciting because this is not only going to benefit the community, but it's also going to benefit each and every one of you. And I mean every one of you. It's going to benefit you substantially. So tomorrow night I will be making that announcement, and I'm very excited about it. It has to do with bringing awareness to stuff, but also benefiting everybody. So tomorrow we'll be talking about it, but it's going to benefit each and every one of you personally. And we'll talk about more about it in detail tomorrow night during Full Gear. It's an exciting opportunity. It's an exciting partnership that we'll be talking about tomorrow. Anyways, let's see what else do we have here. Roman told Jimmy no. That's right. I'm excited for tomorrow's Zanil. I like that. LW group is just jobbers. Andy, don't say that. LWO right now is again gonna be a group without one of their more important members. That's Santos Escobar. So without them, they really need your support. So don't call them jobbers just yet. Let's see. And here we are. By the way, we were just talking about a scenario, an ideal scenario where we could be having two factions, right? One, the LWO, the second one being the Escobar family office or house, whatever you might want to call it. I think it'd be cool, right, to have Electra Lopez and Escobar form an entire new faction on SmackDown, just going head to head against coexisting with the LWO. So that would be interesting. I would like that a lot. My only fear is that they might turn LWO into a Lucha House Party or something. If the Santos Escobar family faction happens. That is. Let's see, though. But here we are, Jimmy Uso taking out LA Knight just like that. We got True saying, cool, I like that, brother. It's time for main event for Collision. I like that, Ricky. Main event for Collision. We've got the main event on SmackDown going on as well. Jimmy Uso dominating LA Knight. Yeah. And we got True says, Claudio versus Buddy will happen soon, maybe tomorrow. I like that. That's awesome. And here we are, LA Knight really struggling against Jimmy Uso here. Jimmy Uso dominating. There you go. Knee to the back of the head of LA Knight, just pushing his neck towards the rope. Jimmy Uso dominating, as we can see at the moment. LA Knight struggling. Gets up back to his feet and a punch to the head of Jimmy Uso. Once, twice, thrice. Uso, dizzy, dazed, setting LA Knight over to the ropes. Was about to send him down, but LA Knight grabs onto the ropes. That's nice. And Buddy versus Claudio tomorrow night. Official. Thanks for that, True. You called it. That's awesome. So once again, guys, we all know that True is the current WWE Predictions champion. It is day 14 of his title reign. But tomorrow night, we're going to be crowning an inaugural AEW Predictions champion. So who is it going to be? We're going to find out tomorrow. Tomorrow night, the Predictions Championship is going to be on the line. The AEW Predictions Championship is going to be on the line. So let's see who that inaugural champion is going to be. Is it going to be True again? Is it going to be somebody else? We're going to find out tomorrow. And with that being said, LA Knight grabs the head of Jimmy Uso and sends him over and over again, face first, into the commentator's desk. And now over the desk he goes, and Jimmy Uso's down. LA Knight finally dominating. Yeah, that's nice. Jimmy Uso turned upside down as he lays. Oh, damn it. With that being said, commercial break on SmackDown, guys. Another break right here. Terrible. Yeah. All right, let's see. We've got, what else do we have here? Claudio came out to save Yuta from getting beaten with a chair and challenge Matthews to a match tomorrow. That's exciting, Victor. Tomorrow night, Buddy versus Claudio definitely is going to be a big match. Looking forward to it. The Full Gear card just keeps getting better and better and getter. We've got AJ getting loop repeating. Wait, the stream's getting looped? Brother Victor, I would suggest, Brother Andy, Andy, I suggest switching off the YouTube app and reopening it, and that should fix it. Sometimes the app glitches out, and that causes stuff like that to happen. So just reopen the app, and we should be okay. Mox versus Cassidy might be brutal tomorrow night, indeed, brother. And again, we're talking about Tony Khan announcing this, or signing this new talent to the company. I really hope that it's Sami Callihan, because I know if Sami Callihan joins AEW, we're entering a whole new level of hardcore guys. We've got Eddie Kingston, we got Moxley, we got all these people. And, I feel like Sami Callihan is just going to bring so much more to the table. I really want for it to be Sami. I know we're talking about big names, right? Dolph Ziggler was one of the names that people love to throw out. Of course, he's under a non-compete clause right now, so it can be Ziggler. But I really want for it to be Sami Callihan. I cannot think of anybody else. Not even Ronda Rousey, to be honest, right now. I want it to be Sami Callihan. But let's see. Let me know who do you want, for it to be? Who should join? Who should that mystery person be joining AEW tomorrow night? Let me know, guys. Any guesses? Any predictions? Let's see what you have. And with that being said, guys, commercial break still going on. We are about 18 minutes away from the show going off the air. SmackDown going off the air, and it's been a sweet night tonight. It's been a great night. Thank you for joining me. It was great watching. It's great watching the show with you as always. Tomorrow we're going to be meeting for Full Gear, which should be great. Anyways, we got about 18 minutes left before the show's going to be over. And the commercial break is still going strong. Might be Jacob Fatu, brother, true. I like that you put it out there. I was speaking with Jacob Fatu's close. One of the people who work very closely with Jacob Fatu, right? And he told me that Jacob Fatu's MLW contract is going up very soon, just a few more days now, or a couple. I would say about 40 days or so, if I'm not wrong. So a few more days now, right? It's only a matter of time before Jacob Fatu is going to be free from MLW. He's going to be free to sign wherever. So. Yeah, Jacob Fatu's MLW contract is indeed expiring very soon. Hammerstone, as we know, is struggling with his MLW contract. I don't know if you guys have watched the video, the news video that I put out of Hammerstone talking about his MLW contract and how the company will not release him, right? When he requested the release, they said, sure, we're going to work on it, sure. And turns out that they don't really want to release Hammerstone, so there's the situation right there. He's quite persistent that he wants to leave the company. The company has removed him from the list of the active roster members on the website, but they still hold him under contract. They still hold him hostage in MLW until 2025 apparently. So Hammerstone is in a bit of a fix over here with MLW. Ruby and Saray, I see, all right, true. I love seeing Will Ospreay joining AEW. Will Ospreay will not be that guy either, my brother Ricky. Welcome back, but Will Ospreay is under contract with NJPW right now. So tomorrow night, it won't be Ospreay. Ospreay is another guy that people want to see in AEW, officially under contract, but still apparently under some kind of contract with NJPW, which is going to prevent him from getting out there and signing an AEW contract, at least right now. And here we are. LA Knight gets Jimmy Uso up, and down he goes, face first into the mat. Goes for the cover on Uso, but Uso with a kick out versus Statlander and Shida. I like it. True says that Ruby and Saraya going to be fighting Statlander and Shida. Okay, sweet. Thanks for that, True. And here we are now. LA Knight grabbing Jimmy Uso from the head. Uso with a kick to his head, climbing the top turnbuckle, looking for a dive. And here we are, LA Knight with a punch to the head. Uso slowed down. LA Knight climbing the second rope, looking for a superplex, but Uso fighting back. Yeah, this is not the same LA Knight that we saw at Crown Jewel, right? I mean, even at Crown Jewel, he got his butt kicked. But tonight, he really is getting his butt kicked by Jimmy Uso, right? But he gets out of the way. Jimmy Uso goes down to the mat. Was about to go for the super kick. LA Knight with the counter. No, Jimmy Uso sends it into the ropes. Rebounds. Was going to go for the super kick again. LA Knight with the counter. And he sends Jimmy Uso down. Face first into the mat. Goes for the cover. And it's over. LA Knight picks up a win over Jimmy Uso in a very quick fashion. We still have 15 minutes left before the show is going to be over. I think there's a lot of surprise, even the fans over here. The fans are surprised to see the match getting over so quick. LA Knight is victorious, but here we are. Sikoa comes out. What's happening here? The match got over 15 minutes too early. Sikoa is out. He's got his thumbs up too, but not in a good way. And a attack from behind. Uso sends LA Knight to the outside. Sikoa sends him down with a Samoan spike. Yeah, Victor, that's right. Yeah, Samoan spike tonight indeed. Again, 15 minutes too early, guys. This match got over too early. Unless they've got somebody else, some other surprise coming in. I don't know how they're gonna take up like 15 minutes with this attack. We got someone's Solo Sikoa clearing up the commentary table, then laying out LA Knight on top of it. Some more attacks. Wait a second. Oh, really? We got the American Nightmare coming in. I guess we all know where this is headed. I see True has got the big ol' eyes here for all four ladies. Who would not, right? Ruby Statlander, of course, Shida Soraya. Yeah, that's sweet. But American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes here, takes out Jimmy Uso. This guy shows up every single week to these shows. Not like he's a wrestler, but I don't know, he's the CEO. I think he's still not over his executive vice president position. He shows up in a tuxedo, he shows up in the suit and whatnot. All right, Cody, I see you. We got, yeah, that's right. Anil, Cody is here. Cody's on SmackDown. Indeed, guys. Indeed, Ricky. Indeed, Victor. Indeed, Anil. We've got Cody over here on LA Knight now staring down at Solo Sikoa. Sikoa doesn't look happy at all. He's checking for blood, but there is no blood. Thankfully. All right. Still, we got 13 minutes left. Oh, okay. Some ladies' action here. Now we've got Shotzi and Bianca and Charlotte. They look worried. That's got to be Jade, guys. Charlotte is making a call to her friend. That's got to be Jade, I'm telling you. That's got to be Jade Cargill. All right. Now it makes sense. This makes sense, right? Yeah, this makes a lot of sense, right? So we see it right here. Jade Cargill apparently is going to be the person who's going to be making her first ever person to make her debut in the War Games match. So we shall see. But we've got all these three women. We got Shotzi Blackheart coming out, of course, along with Bianca Belair and Charlotte Flair. So we shall see what happens. When that happens, why is Cody there? Yeah, I mean, gotta wonder. Victor says, I think Jade is the first woman. I think so too. You know, the way that they're building this whole thing up, Charlotte Flair on the phone. Remember, we saw Charlotte Flair and Jade Cargill backstage in Nick Aldis's office a while back, right? About a month ago. So it makes sense for Charlotte to have Jade Cargill's number for when she needs her. I think it's got to be Jade Cargill. Who else could it be? Who else could they build up like that? It has to be Jade Cargill. I cannot imagine it being anybody else, you know, from Raw at least. Who else would she make the phone call to? Not Nia Jax. She wouldn't call up, you know, Shayna Baszler or somebody else. It has to be Jade Cargill, I think. Yeah. Oh, I see Ricky. I like that too. Ricky says maybe it's Tiffany. You know, I like that too. I like the chances of it being Tiffany Stratton too. Why not? Why not? We got Victor says, what if Mickie James is the first woman? She is a free agent and her husband is a GM. Now that's another one. Hey, not bad at all. Not bad. I like that. Becky could be it too. You know, Charlotte Flair. Bailey. Becky. We all know the history. There are possibilities. But something tells me that Jade Cargill making history as the first ever person to make their debut in a War Games match is something. It's gonna be in the history books forever. So that's an opportunity that I don't know why the WWE would not want to seize. I think that would be pretty good. Yeah, why not? And let's see. True says it's gonna be Becky, maybe Mickey, maybe Roxanne. I probably would not say Roxanne. I mean, I understand why you're saying Roxanne, Ricky. You know, considering the change of the titles recently that we saw the title drop that we saw in NXT, it makes sense why you're saying Roxanne, but. I don't think she's up to that level just yet. You know, I don't think that she's so well introduced with the fans. The fans are not so well versed with her, at least in the main roster, for her to get such a big match, right? So I don't say Roxanne, but let's see. We are right now backstage with Cody and Nick. Nick says, "You've got to go, Cody. You're not in charge here. You're not a SmackDown member. Get out of here." I like the fact that somebody is here to keep order, right? Nick Aldis is doing a good job as a GM. He's not marking out that Cody's here. He tells him, "You gotta go. You're a Raw member, not a SmackDown member. You have to leave." I like that. That's right. So next week's SmackDown does indeed take place on FS1. So that's that. Bianca Belair now making her way out. You gotta hurry up, ladies. You got about 8 minutes left before the show's gotta be over. You gotta hurry. It's interesting how like there's so much stress going on, right? I mean, everybody that they're trying to approach backstage is getting attacked by the Damage Control. War Games is coming up, and they need 2 more people at least, right, to join forces with. But still, they have all the time in the world to make their entrance. That's funny. That is funny. That is actually funny. Bianca is like Charlotte also gonna make her complete entrance? Wow. Look at these. Look at Bianca Belair like taking her time with her ponytail whip and whatnot. Really? That's crazy. Like in the midst of all this stress and all this chaos, these ladies are finding time to make their complete entrance before they talk. That's interesting. How do you do that? Why not have the tag team title match at Survivor Series? Because they don't care about the tag team titles. That's it, Vic. That's it, true. You know it, brother. You know how it goes with the tag team championships. They just don't care. And Collision main event, Saraya and Ruby versus Statlander and Shida, says Victor. That's interesting. And we got Ricky says before Rampage begins. Yeah. Women are kicking on Collision. Indeed, brother. We got David says, meanwhile, just minutes ago, Philadelphia 76ers almost did DX chop. That's interesting, David. Thanks for that. So 76ers, of course, we had Charlotte Flair, actually, speaking of Charlotte, who's making her way out right now. Charlotte Flair was at the 76ers game. She rang the bell for those people, I believe, last week. Of course, WWE continues to make appearances in these 76ers games because WrestleMania is going to be going to Philadelphia next year with WrestleMania 40, 4 decades of Mania. So they continue to make appearances in the Philadelphia area with their big stars going over there and promoting WrestleMania that's coming up in April. And Triple H rang the bell for 76ers last year where he did the DX chop. And, of course, this year it was Charlotte Flair. So that's that. It's dumb wasting time with. It's terrible, true. And especially on the heels of all this chaos, making full freaking entrances is super goofy, super lazy, and we know what they're doing right now with these entrances. They're wasting freaking time. Look, Charlotte even had the time to look into the camera and wink at us. Now that made me cringe. Charlotte, get to the ring and talk business. That's crazy. All right, 6 minutes left now. They were able to waste 2 complete minutes with that entrance, with these entrances. Actually, 3. Now, Charlotte in the ring. Come on, Charlotte. We got about 5 minutes left now before the show's got to be over. This is so stupid. These 3 could have all entered together, and we would have been okay with that, right? They did not need to make their own solo entrances, let's be honest. All right. Sure, David. You know, considering they're in Philadelphia, it's possible. All right, so Charlotte here accepts the War Games challenge on behalf of Bianca and Roxanne. I'm sorry, and Shotzi. If the damage control ladies also make their complete entrance, I'm gonna lose it. Okay, thank you. Bailey is talking as she makes her entrance. That's good. That's good. We're not wasting as much time now. That's good. I like that, Andy pulling for Ricky over here like that. That's sweet. The damage control. Wait, is Jade? Wait, what's happening? Oh, Becky. It was Becky. Oh, I got my hopes up with Jade. That's Becky. Becky Lynch is here, guys. True was right. It is indeed Becky Lynch, the obvious choice, I guess. But Becky Lynch here to even the odds. It's wartime, guys. Not Jade Cargill. It's Becky. Nice. Nice. Yep. MJF and Siobhan. What's happening with that? True. That's intriguing. But that's right. Becky is here, guys. She is here. You're right. You know, Nick Aldis is not going to be happy. First Cody and now Becky? Who's even in control over here running the show? And Charlotte Flair looks like she's going to go for the moonsault on the top turnbuckle. Man, this is such a dangerous move, right? Especially doing it to the outside. It's crazy. But Charlotte with the beautiful moonsault totally missed everybody. It was so awkward. The camera actually had to switch, right? Because it was so bad. She barely touched anybody, but okay, it was a safe moonsault. That's all that we can ask for. Io Sky standing tall here, face to face against Charlotte. Charlotte looks like so dumbfounded. Charlotte is in awe. Like, how did she not sell my moonsault that I barely hit? All right. Anyways, that moonsault. It ruined everything. That was such a bad moonsault. Oh dear. All right. Anyways, guys, we end the show in pure chaos. It was Becky. It was Becky all along. We know that. That's right. So Becky Lynch is the fourth member. War is upon us. War Games is upon us right here in the WWE. And we got True saying Becky is Charlotte's only friend. Tony's interviewing him. Oh, Tony's interviewing him. I thought it was going to be something else. That's sweet. They still need one more women. It's supposed to be 5-on-5. Let's see, Victor. Let's see what's going to be. Dakota can't wrestle, so, at least not yet. So we'll see. 7 out of 10 from SmackDown. It was a good show. I unfortunately could not watch Collision tonight, but I'll catch up on it later and see how that show was. But I hope you guys enjoy Rampage. Enjoy watching the show. It's the go-home show for tomorrow night's Full Gear, after all. I'll be seeing all of you guys tomorrow night for Full Gear. Thank you, everybody, for joining me for SmackDown tonight. Had a great time, as always, watching the show with you. I hope everybody has a good night. You all sleep well. Take care. And don't forget, tomorrow we're going to be crowning the first ever AEW Predictions Champion also. I'm going to be announcing something which is very special, very important. It's going to shed a light on things that need, awareness, and also it's going to benefit everybody. It's really for the good of the community and for every single one of you, really. I mean that sincerely. It's really going to benefit every single one. Yeah. So I hope that everybody has a good night, sleep well. We're gonna talk more about it tomorrow during the Full Gear show, and we're gonna have a good time watching AEW as well. Everybody sleep well. I see over here we've got Victor. Much love to you, brother. Ricky says 10 out of 10 for the watch along. Thank you for that, brother Ricky. Thank you, everybody. Take care, sleep well, have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Much love to all of you guys. Have a good night and enjoy Rampage. Much love, and yeah. Peace, True, my brother. All right. See you, Andy. See you, Gary. See you, Victor. See you, Ricky. See you, everybody. Take care. Good night. And Anil and everybody else, thank you. Much love. Much love. Take care, Ricky. we got Burrow Man, we got Nate, everybody. Take care, sleep well, and I'll see you all tomorrow.